Tales Told, Mid-Journey.
In the heart of the ancient city of Maerin, where stone walls whispered secrets and alleyways held hidden mysteries, a peculiar sight began to emerge. Residents, one by one, spoke in hushed tones of a figure that was as enchanting as she was perplexing. She was known as Leora, a young woman with slate-colored skin that contrasted strikingly with her luminous pale eyes and silver hair. But what made her truly unique were the delicate white feathers that seemed to grow and flourish directly from her skin. Leora found herself alone in the world, for she had no memory of her past. The very first thing she recalled was awakening in Maerin, with her skin and feathers being the subject of both awe and fear. She was taken in by Naela, an elder herbalist who was intrigued by Leora's condition and saw her not as an oddity, but as a sign from the spirits. Under Naela's care, Leora learned to harness the unique abilities her feathered form bestowed upon her, the power to communicate with birds and to interpret their songs as prophecies. Birds from all around would flock to her, chirping, cawing, and singing their tales. They spoke of distant lands, of looming threats, and of hidden treasures. As Leora's reputation as an oracle grew, so did the number of people seeking her guidance. Kings and queens, warriors and mages all came to hear the songs of the birds and the interpretations of the feathered maiden, but while many sought her gifts for noble reasons, others had darker intentions. A shadowy group, known as the Coven of the Silent Veil, sought to capture Leora. They believed that by harnessing her powers they could dominate the realms and bend the will of birds to serve their sinister plots. One fateful evening, they launched their plan, using dark magic to trap Leora. But as they closed in, a vast flock of birds, from the tiniest sparrow to the grandest eagle, descended upon the city, forming a protective barrier around Leora. The birds, led by an ancient raven named Moor, fought fiercely against the Coven. The skies turned turbulent, with winds and feathers clashing against dark magic. In the midst of the chaos, Naela, guided by the spirits, invoked an old ritual that would bind the power of the Coven. She chanted ancient verses, her voice rising above the cacophony of the battling forces. As the night wore on, Leora's bond with the birds became the pivotal strength against the dark forces. The songs of the birds changed, no longer tales of faraway lands, but melodies of unity and strength. Each note bolstered Leora's spirit, and in return she projected a radiant force that began to weaken the Coven's magic. Suddenly, with a blinding burst of light, Leora's feathers shimmered, reflecting a spectrum of colors that lit up the night. The members of the Coven of the Silent Veil, unable to withstand the combined power of Leora, the birds, and Naela's ritual, were rendered powerless. Their dark magic dissipated, leaving them vulnerable and defeated. With the threat neutralized, the birds returned to their sanctuaries, their duty fulfilled. Moor, the ancient raven, perched on Leora's shoulder, his eyes reflecting a deep wisdom. "Remember this night, feathered oracle," he croaked, "for while darkness sought to claim you, it was unity and purpose that prevailed." Days turned into weeks, and peace was once again restored in Maerin. Leora, with her memories still a mystery, decided to embrace her present. With Naela by her side, she established a sanctuary for birds, ensuring that their tales and songs would forever be heard and cherished. But as the seasons changed and the winds carried tales from distant lands, a subtle whisper echoed in the heart of Maerin that the balance between light and darkness is eternal, and the story of Leora, the feathered oracle, was only just beginning.